Hey! It's about 4:30 in the morning and I am shattered, but it's time to do the first vlog. So I'm just heading downstairs now to meet the driver, and I'm gonna head off to Oslo, Norway to deliver an official workshop for Squarespace. So I'm going to, it's called Mesh Oslo. So Mesh is like an entrepreneurial startup hub in Norway. I think it's the largest, if not one of the largest. And so I'm giving a talk to other business owners, teaching them how to get the site online, how to improve it, blah, 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 giving some of my expertise. So Squarespace are sending me out, putting me up, and sort of just allowing me to promote the brand. I am going to say in the workshop, hey, you don't actually have to use Squarespace, because if I was to just ram Squarespace down people's throats, it would have the opposite effect, and they'd go for someone else. I'm going to go and meet the driver, then we're going to head to the airport, and I think we're flying in about 2 hours. Yeah. So we're here. Let's have a look. This is the first time I'm seeing it. Looking good. Does the job. Let's see what sort of view we've got. Scaffolding, lovely. More scaffolding, lovely. So we're in, settled. Everything's packed away for the most part. Now I'm going to run you through the agenda. First off, I need to actually check that I'm on the right time zone, because I do this like whenever I go away. I always forget that I need to start rescheduling things. So like I've got 2 calls later with clients, and I need to remember, actually I need to swap the time zone so I don't mess up. Yesterday I booked in at the floating sauna. So in Liverpool there's a floating sauna. It's a new thing. It's decent, but this is like, I think the original. I think it's like it goes out on the water. I could be wrong, we'll see when we get down there. Anyway, booked it last night, realised I'd booked it for the wrong time because I'm an idiot, then rebooked it. All that tangent to say, I'm going to fix the time zones and make sure I'm actually on track. So that's the first thing. Then I'm going to head down to the sauna. So I've booked that in for, I think, 2 p.m. I might get down there and be embarrassed and not be able to actually go in. Then I'm going to practice tomorrow's presentation, maybe a couple of times, do a couple of run-throughs, make sure the timings are all correct, etc. I've got a call with one of the guys from Squarespace Enterprise. So I'm part of Squarespace's Enterprise program, where we service like the highest value clients. So I'm going to have a call with them. I reached out to pitch some ideas, so we'll go through that. Then I have a call with a roofing client out in LA. So we presented a initial homepage draft to him late last week. He didn't like it, so we scrapped it, went right back to the drawing board and done a new one, and he loved it. So we're just going to run through like next steps basically on this call. So tomorrow we are, this is the whole reason that I've come to Oslo. Up at 6, maybe have a coffee, then I'm going to Mesh Oslo. So Squarespace are hosting an official event there, so like they're sponsoring an event, and they asked me to go and do the talk. So it's a 45-minute or maybe an hour-long talk. It's like 45 minutes plus 15-minute Q&A. But what I'm going to do is integrate the Q&A throughout, and then maybe have another one at the end, because I want it to be an interactive thing. I don't want to bore people to death. That will go on, so I'm going to get there for 7 a.m. and then I think doors open at 8. Coffee, breakfast, chit-chat. There should be about 50 people there. I tend, as you probably, if you've like seen any of my videos, is I tend to monologue and like go off on tangents, and then I do bring it back around eventually. But I did ask, I said, hey, if I go way over, is that okay? And they were like, yeah, it's fine. So I may keep people captive for like 2 hours. Who knows? That's the main thing I'm here for. So once I've done that, I've got a 11k run scheduled in. So if I do that, I'll take you along, maybe have a chat
to the camera while I'm doing the run, just to pass the time. And then it's just full on work mode all night, unless I might ask around and see if anyone's in Oslo to meet up with and grab a beer. But I think I've got a lot of work. I'm not just a course seller. I do have my own business, so I'll probably just be working on that. So I'll take you along for the ride. Let's see if, first of all, the sauna is legit and I don't get like kidnapped or something. We shall see.
Go on, give us a reaction. What was that like?
Back at the hotel, feeling good about myself now. Been out, got a sweat on. So yeah, I'm just gonna basically walk around like I'm commanding the stage. Hey guys, welcome to my presentation. So to give you a quick idea, and I'm gonna have laptop. I'm trying to emulate what this is gonna be like. So table here, I'm gonna have like one of these headsets on, do the slides myself, and then sort of walk around the stage and then run back to the laptop, click next. So just trying to get in that mode. I mean, I haven't done too many in-person presentations. I've done one in university, which was a train wreck, and the one in New York, which was just a bit better. So this one, I haven't actually done a script. I'm just kind of going off jump off points, which is going to be interesting. All the online workshops that I do, they are all jump off points. I don't script those whatsoever. They go really well. However, the dynamic of a workshop, of a video like this, is a lot different to a live audience there, like in front of you. I just need to practice. That's all that it comes down to. The more that I do this, the easier it becomes. It was the same with workshops, so like the online workshops. I remember I used to script them like 10, 12,000 words because I was just so afraid of messing up. I was like, oh, I can't mispronounce a word or I can't make a single mistake. That's just not the case. Like, I can mess up as many times as I want. As long as the message is decent, no one's going to even notice. Like, I come off the stage in New York, I was like, oh, that was awful. And then I had people come up to me like directly after, and even like a couple of weeks later saying, oh, I loved your talk. People don't perceive you messing up as much as you perceive it internally. So you know whether you're stuttering or you haven't remembered your words. They don't know what the words are. So just roll with it. That's what I'm trying to tell myself anyway. Like, tomorrow may be completely different, but I'm nowhere near as nervous as I was in New York. Like, I practiced, I knew about 5 months in advance. I practiced every single day, the exact words, like the exact script for 5 months straight. And I'd done like maybe 1 or 2 hours a day. I don't get scared of, honestly, of anything, except ghosts. Ghosts terrify me. But public speaking, like in-person public speaking, is the one thing that just gets me in the pit of my stomach. I'm like, oh my God. Honestly, not a nervous guy, not anxious, but public speaking, oh my God, worst thing ever for me. And it's weird because I'm quite an extroverted, very, very extroverted in person conversation. And so I feel like this has always been the final piece of the puzzle, is getting comfortable with this. So what I've done, as opposed to that last one with this, is I just done the deck and I've done 2, maybe 3 run-throughs, just refining the timing. No script, just basic jump-off points that I know what I'm talking about with. We'll see, we'll compare. Like, now I've done one. Now I mean, this is like literally over 3 times the length. We'll see what the difference is. You know, maybe I'll mess up. As long as that core message is correct, then we're sweet.
Hello everybody. Thank you. Immediately, the website as a service provider, and so there is a transmission of funds and data. The internet.
We did it. So we spoke to people that they're not here now, obviously, but it was a really cool crowd, maybe like 30, 35-ish people, being able to deliver a workshop. Everyone was coming up afterwards like, hey, you know, learned this, learned that, blah, blah, blah. I like to do a lot of practical, like do this, do this, do this. That's my teaching style, and people really like that. So I'm very, very happy with how it went. The guys have even asked me back for another few events. So a few more trips to Oslo on the cards. Very, very happy with how that went. So I've just got back to the hotel now. I've been for some lunch. I'm gonna try and go for this run that I've been promising myself. It's 11k. I asked someone at Mesh. I was like, oh hey, where can I run? And everyone said, I'm not going to try and pronounce it. It's like Flibbity Glubble Park or something like that. But basically, it's got loads of cool statues, loads of green space. I'm going to see if I feel up to doing the run. Hopefully, I will. Run, more work, more work, more work, and then sleep. That's the reality of what I do. Is like, you know, you have some exciting stuff. You do the beaches and the holidays and blah, 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 blah. 90% of the day is just work or gym or run or whatever. You know, people who you see and they're just like always on a beach or always just driving supercars or this, that and the other. They probably are using rich parents' money. They probably aren't as successful as they let on. Or maybe I'm just being a hater. But those people will only show you highlight reels. And if someone's spending all day at the beach and they're not working, then, you know, you got to put two and two together. Anyway, all that to say, for me, work-life balance doesn't really exist. It's kind of like everything is integrated with work and work is integrated with everything. So like, even though I'm coming on a holiday and even the workshop, it's you know, it's all still work. A lot of the times people will sugarcoat it and only show the best bits. And to be fair, you know, I am showing the best bits. I'm not showing you all of the work. If you get to a point where you love the work, you know, that's how you win. I get as much enjoyment from work as I do from like watching television or playing games. So when people say, oh, how do you do like 12-hour days, 13-hour days? It's because it would be the same as doing like an 8-hour work day and then going home and watching television or, you know, box set. For me, it's all exactly the same. I enjoy it. So yep, I shall see you on the road. That concludes my trip to Oslo. I've just got back from the 11k. It's just been a sick couple of days, like from getting the transportation initially. Flight was super simple. The place itself, as in city, is lovely. Hotel's lovely. People are great. The talk was fantastic. A really, really cool trip. Even just running around the park. It's such a blessing to be able to do all of this stuff. I used to dream of being able to travel the world and be a digital nomad. I'm not a digital nomad, but like my dream was always to be able to work from wherever I want, do really cool stuff and actually give value into the world. Nowadays, especially, I'm getting towards that. Like, I get to do whatever I want. I get to travel around the world. I get to speak at cool events. I get to design sites for clients that I love, work on things that I love, record really cool videos, and, you know, bring you guys hopefully along on many, many more. So I hope that you enjoyed this very, very first vlog. If you did, please make sure to leave a like and hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.